Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Hayley and this is the Hay Meadow. So I'm in a different location again. Well, I thought I would do a bit of a fireside chat. Well, it's not really a fireside chat because the fire's over there and it's also March in South Australia, so there's not much chance of us having a fire going at the moment because it's still quite warm. Well, warm enough for short sleeves at work anyway. So what have I been up to? Well, it's currently Monday and I've come home from work, I've rushed outside, I've grabbed the camera and I've done some twirls in a couple of makes that I don't think I've shown you yet. Well, I know I haven't shown you, one of them at least. And I thought I want to start putting out videos a bit more regularly. So I'll do my unboxings, of course, when something arrives, when a box arrives or a package arrives. But I thought I would also try and become a bit more regular. So I've had some Metamucil. No, that's not funny, Hayley. Not everyone's going to know what that is, but I'll probably cut that bit out. But I wanted to do a bit more regular videos for you, so I thought, why not jump on the Friday Sews train? Now, the train took off from the station when Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room started the hashtag here on YouTube, and it's just taken off from there. So if you pop in the hashtag Friday Sews, there is a plethora of channels that do regular sewing vlogs. So there we go. So I'm jumping on that. Thanks, Jen, for starting this. And yeah, we'll see where it takes us. So hopefully, don't hold me to this, hopefully I'll be able to become a bit more regular. So I'm not going to say I'm going to do every Friday, but perhaps on the weeks that I know that I'm not having an unboxing, I might be able to do an update. So how did we get here? It's Monday. I think I've already said that. I've come home from work and I thought I'm going to try and video a little bit each evening. Well, at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I won't get a chance Thursday or Friday, but at least it'll hopefully get me a little bit more consistent, I guess. So what have I been up to? Where am I? Well, I'm at home. This is my lounge room. So I'm sitting in my comfy, or one of my comfy chairs, and the couch is here and Sia's just down there having a snooze. It was a bit too dark outside and in the sewing room because I haven't got that lighting set up properly yet. I'm not really sure what's going on there, to be honest. I haven't really done anything about it either. So, you know, life just keeps getting in the way. Funny about that. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, what am I wearing? Well, what I'm wearing is the Love Notions Harmony blouse. Now, I'll hopefully put my twirls in here while I'm chatting about the blouse. So I made this in this absolutely gorgeous art gallery. I think it's called, I've got my little notebook here, Boho Fusion Rayon. So it's absolutely beautiful. I got this from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door in July of last year, and I'd seen this a number of times and loved it. It was one of those that I had tried to get a number of times and just kept missing out, and I finally got some and put it aside because I knew I wanted something nice. So when we moved in, I wanted my first make here to be something, you know, something special. Plus the whole new job business, I thought I've got to, you know, make some nice things to wear at my new work. So I whipped up this Harmony blouse in this absolutely beautiful fabric. I've used a burgundy bias binding. Oh, I hope that thread wasn't in the close-up picture that I've showed in my twirl. Anyway, we all get threads, don't we? We actually notice them more when we're sewing for ourselves. So I've used a satin, a lovely, like a wine red satin bias binding to do all my finishes. And I've got a lovely, I'm not going to turn around for you, but the button that I've used on the bag is actually a teal colour, the same as this here. Because I wanted it to stand out. It's just a plain button, but still, it's a nice little button. So yes, that's my Love Notions Harmony blouse. So I whipped this up. It probably took, you know, a week in the evenings to do because I hadn't sewn for such a long time. As I told you in the live actually, I couldn't justify spending the time for sewing when there were boxes to be unpacked in the house or things to be sorted through in the house still. So, you know, sewing just had to take a back seat for a little while. However, when I started up, I wanted it to be something, you know, something with a bit of pizzazz, and this is it. So yeah, so it's quite swishy. So I think next time I make this one, I'll grade in from the bust to the waist. So it's just a little less voluminous around the waist. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's just a little more flowy than I probably would normally wear. So this was the first make that I made here in the new house. So my second twirl is for the Pattern Emporium All-In Easy Fit shirt dress that I made last week. So I made the shirt dress version, as I've just said, and I actually used the fabric from, I think it was the January Beyond the Pink Door Think Pink Sewscription box, which is that really lovely, it's another boho type of fabric. That's the vibes that it gives me, and it's turned out wonderful. Now, when I made it, I made it straight in my size, straight out the packet, without any alterations, because I wanted to see how it came up, because I wasn't sure if I needed to lengthen it. So the pattern says that it's made for 5'7", I think, and I'm 5'4" at a stretch. So I wanted to see the length that it came out and whether I would need to lengthen it any. So I didn't lengthen it any. I made it as I sewed the placket, so it's a faux shirt. I've got some lovely coconut, I think they're coconut buttons on there. They're really, really nice. And the finish is just on my knee, and then when I put the belt on, it's a little bit, it comes up a little bit, as they do, as it, you know, when you cinch something in, it does. So I think it's a little bit too short to wear as a dress with just like tights and boots for me at work anyway. However, for my twirls, I've teamed it with a pair of black skinny jeans, and I've popped a little fabric belt on. I was planning on making a belt in the same fabric, But now that I've popped this other belt on, I actually really like how it looks. I've got a little pair of gold shoes. I'm not sure whether you'll see those in the Twirls. But I really like it. It's come up really well, so much so that I may actually wear it to work tomorrow because it's supposed to be a bit cooler tomorrow. I think it's about 22 degrees Celsius tomorrow, so that'll be fine. Now the sleeves, I made the full plain sleeve. And when that finished, it's actually quite long on me and it was quite big. So what I've done is I've cut... I think I cut 9.5 centimetres off. I've then folded it under 0.5 centimetre and hemmed it. Then I folded it under again by 3 centimetres and sewn it around. So it's just a plain, it's not even a cuff, it's folded under. Yeah, and it's about here. It comes to about here. Mind you, you've seen the Twirls, so you've probably seen where it comes anyway. Which is a great length for me. I like a 3/4 length. I made the plain collar, so not with the collar stand, just the plain, I think they often call that a camp collar, but yeah, I've made the plain collar. And then, as I said, I haven't put buttonholes in. I've sewn the buttons straight through. It goes on easy. And then, yeah, I've put the 2 breast pockets on, which is unusual for me. I wouldn't normally put pockets on a shirt, but I did. And hopefully you've seen, although I'll probably leave it in there, the first lot of the Twirls, I was showing you my left breast pocket. And I've put the tag on the right, so that was great. So I did realise that at the time and turned it around. And there's actually one of the, I'm pretty sure it was from the Kylie and the Machines advent calendar. I'm pretty sure I've got sewing on the brain with a picture of the brain. It's in my bedroom. I'm not going to go and get it. That's the tag I've put inside. And then on the top of the pocket, I've put one of a kind. A little tag, one of a kind. So I thought that was a bit cool. So yeah, I did the box pleat on the back, not the inverted box pleat. So it's got the box pleat on the back. And yeah, it turned out great. I was a bit unsure, but with my black skinny jeans and the belt, I really like it. I think it's going to be a winner actually now. So I'm really happy about that. Now, what else have I been making? Well, I don't have them here to show you. However, I did take some photos. So I've been, I should check. I'm sure she doesn't watch my channel. My daughter Marty, her best friend lives in Western Australia. She's just had a baby. So I've made a couple of Waves and Wild overalls for her. That tends to be what I'll make up for people who have babies. And one of them I made in a fleece back, so it's only semi-lined, it's not reversible. I also didn't put the poppers in the crutch, so you've got to take them out. But when they're that small and all curled up, it's really not a problem to pop their little bottoms off. So yes, so I've made that one in a lovely fleece back fabric with little sea creatures on it. And coincidentally, the fabric, the colours in the fabric are actually the same colours that they have used for the baby's room, which is fabulous, a little boy. So yes, so I'm looking forward to her seeing that one. And then I made a second one, which is a reversible one, which has got dinosaurs on it in a green, white with green type of dinosaurs. I'll put some pictures up. As I said, I know that I took some pictures. And that one's reversible so that it's green on the inside with the dinosaurs as the cuff. Absolutely gorgeous. I love those little ones. Now, because I was making those two, my dog groomer, I know, is also having a baby. So I thought, well, while I'm making 2, I might as well make 3. I didn't know what she was having, so I made unisex. So this one is white with alphabet animals on one side, and then it's a lighter green shade on the inside. So that one's reversible as well. I gave that to her on Saturday just gone when I took Sia to the groomers, and she absolutely loved it. So yeah, so I was really happy about that. Yeah, so there are a couple of the makes on top of the other ones that I told you about last time. And yeah, I'm really happy about them. Now, what else am I doing? Well, as we all know, it's Sew Frugal season. So, of course, I'm Sew Frugaling. So I wasn't actually sure if I was going to take part this year, but I was talking to the ladies on Zoom the other night, and yeah, so I thought, okay, all right, I will. So what am I making? Well, I had a look. I already had these patterns. So I had a look in my patterns, and in the free patterns that I have, I already had the, what's it called? So I took a look in my patterns because I already knew I had a few free patterns that I hadn't made up yet. And one of them, the reason why I wasn't sure if I was going to take part in Sew Frugal was because I kind of, at the time, I thought, oh, I don't want to make something just for the sake of making something for a challenge. But then, you know, I was talking to the ladies on Zoom the other night, and it occurred to me that, well, why don't I actually make something that I need? We're in the season change, and I wanted some more things for work. So I thought, okay, I know that I've got some free patterns, and I know that I've got a stack of fabric. So I'll make something specifically for work. And if I'm going to make something, why don't I just make an outfit? So I'm actually going to make 2 things. Thankfully, this weekend just gone, I've printed the patterns, put them together. I've also cut out one of them. So the first one is the Mood Aspen skirt. So that's just a straight skirt. I'm making it below the knee length. It's just got a simple split in the back. It's not too tight of a pencil skirt. And then with a little waistband, and I'm making it in this absolutely lovely, so this is a wool mix houndstooth check. Now I picked this up, this was a remnant from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. Honestly, I don't get all my fabric from Andrea, but I do get a lot of it from Andrea because the quality is excellent. So I picked that up in, I'm pretty sure that was June of last year. Of course, they were going into summer, so Andrew was having an end of season sale. We're going into winter. It's timed perfectly. That's another reason. So I picked that up, and it was 1.35 meters. And surprisingly, the skirt, I thought, the skirt, I think it called for 1.6 perhaps, or 1.5. However, I've got a stack left. I've already cut it out, and I've still got a heap. So it's 1.3 long. It's probably, I don't know, 1.45 wide. And all I've cut is like the fold over, and the patterns all come out of one side. So I've still got a stack there. Possibly a waistcoat or something like that I could still get out of there. I'm going to line it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to line it because I'm thinking it's going to, because of the type of fabric, I think with tights it's probably going to, you know, the friction, it'll catch on the tights. Now I do have some lining fabric, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think I've got a black. I do know I've got like a stony oatmeal-y type colour, and I also have like a dove grey, so I'll dig those out and see which one I prefer. I think because there's a white background in there, I may go with the oatmeal type colour. We shall see, we shall see. So that one's already cut out. It's a straight skirt. That's not going to take much to sew up, no. Okay, so what's next? So then I thought, okay, what am I going to wear with it? And I thought, okay, I've got the Forget-Me-Not Patterns Vera top. So that is a knit top. And it's got a fabulous, there's a couple of sleeve options, and the one I'm going to do is it's a balloon sleeve with a long cuff. I really like the look of that, and I thought it would be nice with just a straight skirt, because you know, although the fabric will do the talking, there's no, it's just a nice simple skirt. So a bit of a focus on the sleeve would be nice. So, oh, I probably should have rolled this first, because obviously Sia has sat on it at some stage, because it's got dog hair on it. Goodness me. I know that I'm not the only one with dogs. Oh, this is going to look terrible. I do apologise now, but there we go. So I've got this lovely black, and I've got a heap of this black knit. It's got 4-way stretch, so it's got great recovery. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to make with that, the Forget-Me-Not Patterns Vera top. So that's my So Frugal. Oh, I've actually got the, here we go, and it is Forget-Me-Not Patterns. I was second guessing myself there. So hopefully I've got that there. And it's this one here is the one I'm going to make with the longer cuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So there we go. So here we are. This is what I'm going to hopefully do, is I'll film a little bit each night, and then on Thursday night in the late evening, and maybe Friday in the afternoon when I finish work, I'll be able to get this up, and I'll take part as well. So there we are. So I'll see you tomorrow.